Are you tired of boring corn on the cob? Stop boiling it and start grilling it instead. I'm gonna give you two different methods for heating it up on the grill. And the first one is the easy method for people who don't like to husk their corn. All you have to do is break off the bottom and then chop off the top, and then it stays in the husk. And as it cooks, that husk is gonna steam the corn as it warms up. You don't have to go through the hassle of removing the whole thing at this point. And in this case, it makes a lot of sense to use the gas grill because we're not adding a lot of flavor while it's wrapped up in the husk. And if you're grilling other things, then you can put the corn up on the top warming rack and set it to about 350 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. Just make sure that you flip it about halfway through. If you need to grill more corn than will fit on your upper rack, that works out just fine. You can put it on the regular cooking grate. Just make sure the burner that the corn is above is turned off and let all of the other burners do the heavy lifting to heat up the inside of the grill. After the 25 minutes is up, the corn husk will start to dry out, and you grab your gloves and you can rip it right off. And it comes off super easy when it's dried out like that. You may have a little bit of the silk behind, but it's easy enough to remove at this point. But you still need to ramp up the flavor, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later in the video. And that's because steamed veggies are okay, but if you grill or roast vegetables, you get out a lot of that amazing sweetness and more depth of flavor when you cook it that way. And that's why I'm gonna show you how to do it out on the charcoal grill. I set up the charcoal grill for indirect cooking, which means I took a half a chimney of charcoal and I let it go till it's fully lit, and I put that charcoal on one side of the grill. That's the hot side. The other side, I didn't have any coals at all. That's the cooler side. Well, that's preheating. Let's go ahead and husk that corn. I worked in produce for a few years and I had to husk a lot of corn, so I got pretty good at it, and here are my best tips. First thing that I do is I rip off the bottom, and if it's too short, then I go ahead and just leave it. It's easy to remove later. Then I grab about a third of the silk at the top and give it a yank, and that exposes most of the corn. Then you can take the rest and you just pull it back the opposite direction. Go ahead and give that a little bit of shake to get the silk off, and then you can break off the bottom and you've got a full ear of corn. It's also a good idea to chop off this end, especially this one, which has a lot of empty kernels on it. Now that the corn is husked, it's time to get it on the grill. And anytime that you're roasting veggies, it always comes out a little bit better when you coat it with oil. So I drizzled my favorite cooking oil on it before putting it on the cool side of the grill. That's the part that doesn't have the coals. And I close the lid for about 10 minutes. That makes sure that it cooks all the way through. After the 10 minutes is up, go ahead and take that corn and put it directly over the coals, and that's gonna allow you to get that nice golden brown and black bits on it, which really adds to the flavor. You'll treat it kind of like a hot dog where you're gonna roll it around until all of the sides get to be about the color that you like. Then once they're done, pull them over to the cool side of the grill and cover them with some fresh melted butter and your favorite barbecue rub, or some people just like regular old salt and pepper. In my case, I'm using garlic salt. For the corn that was cooked inside of the husk on the gas grill, I coated that with butter and then added some of my favorite carne asada rub and some cotija cheese for a Mexican style street corn that comes out really, really good. And with those tips, you're never gonna wanna go back to boiling corn.